Senator Klobuchar.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and I appreciated, Judge, your full-throated defense not only of religious liberty, which I know is important to Senator Lee, but also of your team and the people that you want to work with going forward. And while the chairman is correct, we can ask questions of those nominees. I think it's important to hear from you with their hearings coming up of your beliefs about how they can do the job. So I appreciate that. I know both of them and have a lot of respect for them.
Thank you, Senator. They have skills that I do not have. They have experiences that I do not have. Likewise, Lisa Monaco has experiences in the intelligence world that I do not have. No human being can have all of the skills necessary to run the Justice Department, and I need this leadership team if I'm going to be successful, if you confirm me.
Very good. Well, thank you very much. And one thing that we didn't touch on when I asked my first round of questions was the Violence Against Women Act. And I'm going to be working with Senator Feinstein and others on this committee to finally get that done. I don't know if you followed this, but we've had a delay in getting that reauthorized. It's tended to be a bipartisan bill in the past, and I have several provisions in the bill, including one on to fix a loophole that exists involving, it's called the boyfriend loophole, but it's not as positive as that sounds, about getting guns after people have committed serious crimes. But the second piece is a bill called the Abby Hunold Act, which is a rape victim in Minnesota who worked with us, and Senator Cornyn is my co-sponsor of the bill, to be able to do a better job with law enforcement to investigate sexual assault crimes. But just in general, do you want to talk about your views on the Violence Against Women Act and the Justice Department role in training and the like across the country?
Yes, so as I know you know, the Violence Against Women Act was pressed by Senator Joe Biden many years ago, and he has a deep commitment to its continued reauthorization, as do I. I was in the Justice Department when we set up the first office for violence against women for the purpose of coordinating departmental programs in this area. I know this requires resources. Both of the examples that you give, again, I don't know the specifics, but from the description, I can hardly imagine a serious disagreement. We have to provide the resources necessary to help rape victims, obviously, and I don't see any reason why somebody who commits a violent crime against a person but isn't married or have an intimate relationship should be treated any differently than one who does. So I think I'm all in on the violence against women re-upping the statute.
Very good.
Authorization, I guess.
Thank you. Another thing that I've been very focused on, in part because my dad struggled with alcoholism most of his life and got through that thanks to treatment and recovery, is to give that same kind of opportunity to people in the criminal justice system. And drug courts are a big presence in Minnesota, as is treatment. We're home of Hazleton Betty Ford, as well as many other fine treatment centers. And we've worked really hard here. I've led some of the efforts on diversion with federal courts, with drug court, and of course there's much use of them on the state courts. Could you talk about your views on that?
Yeah, no, I think drug courts and diversion are an excellent idea for people who have addiction and need to be treated. I think now that the opioid crisis has struck large parts of America, many Americans now understand that sometimes it is just not a question of willpower to turn this stuff down, that this is these kind of drugs take control of your lives and you just can't do anything about it. And treating people in those circumstances in the criminal justice system is abuse of them, but also it's a terrible misallocation of resources. So the drug courts are able to get people into addiction programs are godsend, and I'm in favor of them.
And thank you for also mentioning opioids, which has been such a scourge. We lost Prince in Minnesota because of opioids, but we lost a lot of other people that people may not know their names, and a lot of kids to opioids. And actually, Senator Whitehouse and I, along with Senator Portman, Senator Graham's been involved in this, and many others, Grassley, have been leading the way for a while before people were even identifying this as an issue. And commitment to the treatment side of it, which you've already made just now, but also to the prosecution of synthetic production and distribution, synthetic opioids, continues to this day. Could you comment briefly? I think maybe Senator Graham asked you about this, but if you could comment.
Yeah, he did, and of course, I think that's right. The people who are putting the poison into the communities are the ones we should be focusing on, I think that's what the DEA is well known for doing, and I'd like to put as much effort into this as we possibly can.
Okay, I see the chairman is looking at me in a very polite Midwestern way to tell me that my time has expired, so thank you.
I'm familiar with the polite Midwestern way.